trying to pay.
And my money wouldn't work.
Take your money?
Right.
Okay.
My money wouldn't work, and I didn't have a charge card.
Okay.
So I took a chance.
Sure.
Do you ever feel hesitant about leaving your car downtown or question how to use the parking meters? Have you ever been burned or even booted by parking enforcement? Call for Action has been getting so many complaints about one particular downtown parking lot operator that Vaughters is now investigating what can be done to save commuters all the hassle. Parking, whether you go downtown once a year to park or every single day, getting a parking ticket is just one of those things that irks people no matter how often you do it. Al, how come you wanted to look into this issue for this story?
Well, I got to tell you, Lauren, we received a number of complaints of folks who were going to private lots, which are separate from when you don't pay, when you don't feed the meter, you get a ticket. Okay, these were private parking lots where people were getting boots put on their cars, and they had to pay $100 to get the boot removed. And in some cases, they would get a boot put on their car, and it would also get towed, so they had to pay to have the boot removed and pay the tow. And they said it was just not right. So we looked into that, and one thing led to another, and we had quite a story on our hands.
And tonight on News 4 at 6, you will find out which company this is that's doing it. But a lot of these people, it's not like they were not paying for parking. They maybe were trying. They don't have parking attendants at these lots. They have those robotic machines. They're difficult to figure out. They can't get receipts. So they may have thought that they had paid to park.
Exactly.
Or that they would do it when they got back, and it's too late. You have a boot on your car.
Well, and you just touched on some. It's a new day with parking lots in downtown Buffalo. Many of the lots in downtown Buffalo don't have attendants. They have robo-attendants. They have a machine that's like an ATM machine, and you're supposed to pay the machine. In some cases, they'll accept cash or they don't accept cash, or you have to use a credit or debit card. But if you have any questions about parking, how much it costs to park or anything else, a lot of times those lots, because there's no attendant there, you don't know. So some folks take a chance. Other folks, complaints that we got, they tried to feed cash into the machine, but it wouldn't accept their cash. So it would take only plastic, an ATM, a debit card, or a credit card. There were cases where one guy said that he actually paid twice with cash, never got a receipt. So it's a new day downtown. A lot of things are getting automated, but the human element is kind of missing a little bit with these lots being the way they are. And
these are, of course, private lots. They're not the city meters. But what is the city saying about this?
Well, we've asked the city about some of these disputes because folks are going to small claims court, and they're winning judgments in small claims court against the operator. And so we're asking the city, well, why don't you step in? Why do people, in order to get justice, have to go to small claims court instead of the city enforcing what has been a question about whether or not some of these lots are in compliance with city ordinance? And we haven't heard back yet, but hopefully by the time we go on the air tonight at 6, we will have an answer from the city about the dispute over whether or not some of these lots are in compliance with the law.
What would your advice be? I mean, you talk to people during Call for Action all the time. You must hear so many complaints about parking and, of course, every other issue. But if someone's going downtown for a Sabres game or another event, or really any reason, what would your advice be when it comes to parking?
My advice would be, just so that everything is clear, would be if you can find a lot that has an attendant, and some of these lots do have attendants, you park in a lot that has an attendant who, if you have any questions, they can answer them for you. If you need a receipt, they can give you a receipt. Also, at night, now, the whole thing changes. At night, you do have attendants because a lot of times they change the rates every 15 minutes.
Right.
Sometimes it might be $15 to park, sometimes it might be $20, sometimes it might be $10. So generally at night when there's parking, there are attendants there who can answer your questions. But it's mainly the parking during the day when a lot of these parking lots are unattended.
All right, the parking wars continue in downtown Buffalo. Vaughters will have the latest again on what's going on right now tonight on News 4 at 6. Thanks for stopping by the couch today, Al.
Oh, thanks, Lauren. Thanks a lot.